Is it time to buy or sell the QQQ ETF? In this video, we will explore the QQQ in depth. Our initial report was published on our website on Monday, the 28th of July, 2025, and we are back to offer you a more comprehensive analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay informed about our latest analyses. You don't want to miss any critical updates that could affect your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Leverage the power of AI to receive free price predictions and detailed analysis for any one among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is intended for informational purposes only and should not be regarded as financial advice. Since the 27th of May, 2025, our system has ranked QQQ as a hold accumulate, assigning it a score of 0. Now, let's examine the ETF's performance during this time frame. During this period, the ETF has exceeded our expectations, achieving a gain of 9% since we first recommended purchasing QQQ 43 days ago. This equates to an average return of 0.21% per day since it was classified as hold accumulate. A score of 0 indicates that our system predicts significant volatility and risk for the upcoming trading day. In light of recent developments, we are unable to ascertain the ETF's next direction, as it could move in either direction. The exchange-traded fund lies in the lower part of a narrow and strong rising trend in the short term, which may present a significant buying opportunity. If the lower trend floor at $567.56 is broken, it will first indicate a slower rate of ascent, but it may also serve as an early warning for a potential trend shift. The current 3-month trend suggests a potential change of 16.45% over the next 3 months, with a possible return between 16.33% and 20.06%. Looking at the longer term, our 12-month analysis indicates an 11.08% projected change. Based on our calculations, the stock's performance could range from negative 15.34% to positive 10.30% over the next year. In current terms, this would place the future price somewhere between $480.98 and $626.66. Our latest daily update for QQQ includes the headline, QQQ ETF downgraded to hold accumulate. The QQQ ETF price increased by approximately 0.313% on the last trading day, which was Monday, the 28th of July, 2025. This marks a rise from $566.37 to $568.14. The ETF has now gained for 4 consecutive days. It will be interesting to see whether this upward trend continues or if it will take a brief pause in the coming days. On the last trading day, the ETF experienced fluctuations of 0.715%, ranging from a low of $565 to a high of $569.04. Over the past 10 days, the price has risen on 8 occasions, increasing by 2.14% over the last 2 weeks. Additionally, trading volume increased on the last day along with the price, which is a positive technical indicator. In total, 781,000 more shares were traded compared to the previous day. Overall, 31 million shares changed hands, amounting to approximately $17.76 billion. Over the past 52 weeks, the highest price of the ETF reached $569.04, while the lowest price was $402.39. Currently, the price stands at 0.16%, or 90 cents, below the 52-week high of $569.04, which is also the all-time high for the ETF. In recent updates related to QQQ, several factors may influence its stock price both in the short and long term. A noteworthy event is the announcement of the Food Network, New York City Wine and Food Festival, which is set to enhance brand visibility for Invesco QQQ. This event, scheduled for the 15th to 19th of October, aligns with QQQ's positioning in the market and may lead to increased consumer and investor interest, thus positively impacting its stock price in the near term. Additionally, Questcorp Mining's recent strategic engagement with the National Inflation Association aims to boost its investor outreach, which could attract attention to QQQ as it includes stocks within its portfolio. This campaign may enhance market visibility for Questcorp and, subsequently, for QQQ as well, potentially driving investment in the exchange-traded fund. Furthermore, The recent United States-Japan trade deal introduces a layer of optimism in the market, likely benefiting growth exchange-traded funds like QQQ as investor sentiment improves in response to easing trade tensions. Growth-focused investment strategies are more likely to see favorable reactions, potentially pushing QQQ's prices higher. These developments suggest that QQQ's short-term price performance may benefit from event-related visibility and favorable trade conditions, while long-term growth will depend on the sustained performance of its underlying tech-heavy assets. Analyst ratings. On Monday, the 21st of July, 2025, it was reported that UBS assigned QQQ a mixed grade and recommended a hold action. On Wednesday, the 9th of July, 2025, it was reported that UBS assigned QQQ a hold grade with a hold action. On the same day, Wednesday, the 9th of July, 2025, it was reported that Benchmark assigned QQQ an outperform grade with a hold action. On Thursday, the 26th of June, 2025, it was reported that Benchmark assigned QQQ a negative grade with a hold action. On Tuesday, the 10th of June, 2025, it was reported that Benchmark assigned QQQ a mixed grade with a hold action. The following signals have been identified for QQQ. The QQQ ETF is currently showing buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, suggesting a positive outlook for the ETF. Additionally, there's a general buy signal indicated by the relationship between these two averages, where the short-term average is positioned above the long-term average. In the event of downward corrections, support is expected around the levels of $564.29 and $547.76. A decline below either of these levels would trigger sell signals. A buy signal was generated from a pivot bottom point on Friday, May 23, 2025. And thus far, the ETF has increased by 11.57%. Further growth is anticipated until a new top pivot is established. Notably, volume is rising alongside the price, which is viewed as a favorable technical indication. However, some negative signals have also emerged, which may impact short-term developments. Furthermore, there's currently a sell signal from the 3-month moving average convergence divergence, also known as the MACD. Here are some other signals you might find interesting. Moving average convergence divergence, sell signal. Pivots, buy signal, recorded 44 days ago. Bollinger, buy signal, noted just 1 day ago. Short-term moving average, buy signal, identified 26 days ago. If we examine the 12-month chart, we observe short moving average, buy signal, observed 66 days ago. The long-term moving average, buy signal, noted 54 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages indicates a buy signal recorded 45 days ago. Remember to visit our page at StockInvest.us if you wish to discover more signals. Support, risk, and stop loss for QQQ. On the downside, the exchange-traded fund finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $524.79 and $519.11. There is a natural risk involved when an exchange-traded fund is testing a support level, since if this level is broken, the fund may then fall to the next support level. In this case, QQQ finds support just below today's level at $524.79. If this is broken, then the next support from accumulated volume will be at $519.11 and $513.04. Generally, the exchange-traded fund tends to have very controlled movements, and with good liquidity, the risk is considered very low in this fund. During the last day, the fund moved $4.04 between its high and low, or 0.715%. For the last week, the fund has had a daily average volatility of 0.726%. Before we dive into the possible favorable trading levels for QQQ, let's quickly cover some essential fundamental data. First, we have the price-to-earnings ratio, often referred to as the PE ratio. This important metric measures a company's current share price in relation to its earnings per share. A relatively low PE ratio may indicate either diminished expectations for the company's future or that the exchange-traded fund is undervalued, suggesting a potential buying opportunity. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for QQQ. There's no significant resistance from accumulated volume above, which means the exchange-traded fund could move upwards swiftly under the right conditions. In this case, you might consider entering a position and using volume to determine when to exit. On the downside, QQQ encounters its first support level at $524.79. If this support level holds, it could be a favorable entry point, anticipating a rebound. Our recommended stop loss is set at $548.71, reflecting a decline of 3.42%. This exchange-traded fund exhibits very low daily fluctuations, which significantly reduces risk. The relative strength index, calculated over a 14-day period, stands at 79, indicating an increased risk level. However, there is a buy signal generated from a pivot bottom identified 43 days ago. Is QQQ ETF a good buy? QQQ holds several positive signals. However, we believe these are insufficient for it to be considered a buy candidate. At its current level, it should be viewed as a hold candidate, which means maintaining or accumulating positions while we await further developments. Due to some minor weaknesses observed in the technical picture, we have revised our analysis conclusion for this ETF since the last evaluation from a buy recommendation to a hold suggestion. After examining the volatility and movements from the last trading day, our systems indicate that the current price is overvalued. For trading on Tuesday, July 29th, we anticipate that QQQ will open lower by approximately 74 cents, starting at $567.39. We remind you that trading involves a high risk of losing money and that you should speak with a financial advisor before buying or selling any securities. You should not base your investment decision upon StockInvest.us. By using the information, you agree and are held liable for your own investment decisions. This is our current view of the exchange-traded fund. Do you agree or disagree? Please comment below and share your thoughts. What is your target for the exchange-traded fund? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a beautiful day. With regards from all of us here at StockInvest.